am a final year law student. I have just completed my examinations, awaiting my degree, and I have been pursuing my BA LLB honors from Christ University, Bangalore, and I would be joining the banking and finance law team of Khaitan and Company, Mumbai, from this June. The experience was enriching. I would say it was phenomenal. And what's more important is that it has helped me look through these subjects, these complex subjects like banking and finance, from a professional's perspective. So far, like before joining the course, what the objective or the perspective I had was more of a academic perspective over these subjects. And like for me, these courses, these subjects were, or these practice areas were mostly banking and banking regulation act, RBI act, or the surface act. But then like they have taught me like how inclusive the subject area is, and like how these offshore financing transactions, and how these insolvency restructuring transactions, all these transactions come under the ambit of a banking and finance team or a banking and finance subject. So like that has been really helpful, and like the subject professors like Prabal sir, and they have been awesome. They're like it's been great. I joined this course after I had frankly I had joined this course after I had interned with Ketan, and so there I had interned with the banking and finance team, and I realized after that like how much more I have to learn, and like how these subjects are very complex, and these subjects are very inclusive than what I thought earlier. So I planned on joining the course, and I realized that they have made me realize that like a bank, like from one end to the other end of the banking spectrum, like I have learned every transaction in detail. The like from starting from your finance or your seed financing, or your structured financing, to offshore financing, to restructuring or insolvency transactions. Every aspect of of banking and finance transactions I have learned here. And like from documentation to how do you give advice to your clients, and like how I didn't even know the format of our advice, like how do you write a particular advice to to a client, when like all these are very important when you join like a law firm or any private practitioner. Like these things, they help you a lot. So like these documentations, from starting from scratch, like about like how to draft an agreement, to reviewing these complex term sheets and sanction letters, to like giving clients advice on offshore transactions, offshore financing transactions, ECB transactions, everything, like every aspect of debt spectrum, like I have learned it from LawSikho. And this experience has like really helped me shape my skills with respect to, and as I said earlier, like shape my perspective upon the subject. Advice is, I would say it's a three-phase advice. At first, if you are see, for myself, I have been not from a national law school, or a college where these firms, they directly recruit or they come to your campus. So what I would suggest is that if like these law firms, when you like, especially tier one law firms, like where they have a lot of work specific, like specialization. So you should, at least if not specialize, you should know what your true area of interest is. So at first, like if you are joining a banking and finance team, like you should join it because you like that team or you like to work with that team. So you should have that area of interest in your mind, like especially if you are from a college like where these guys, they do not directly recruit. So like I would suggest that like you should at least have a specific knowledge area of law in your mind, which you wish to pursue, and you should specifically read upon that area, try to specialize in that area, try to read as much as you can in that area. As a fresher level, it's not like they do not expect you to be a specialized or a expert in that area, but then at least you should have a specific interest in a particular area and must have read something upon that area. That helps a lot. Secondly, there is no shortcut to hard work. Like when I was working with these firms, like with Ketan earlier, during my internship. Like I have been working on every transaction in detail. Like whichever transaction I was involved with, I have been like diligently. There is no shortcut to hard work. Like you have to work diligently. You have to like perform the tasks on the deadline. This is like the basic rule. And thirdly, your networking, and secondly, like in that, I would also say that in these law firms, when you enter, like at the in the beginning, the kind of work they give you is not always very appealing. So like you should know the transaction that you are working with. So like a lot of transactions like I was involved in, I had been doing very minimal work. Like in some transactions, I was making some Excel sheet with respect to the list of charges or upon certain properties, or the each particular lender, what all charges he had, like that particular lender has. I only had to make that Excel sheet. But then like I was keen enough to like talk to the associates involved in that transaction, or the senior authorities involved in that transaction, and discuss the transaction, what the transaction was, or discuss the ambiguity, like discuss the nuances of those transactions. Because especially when I was sitting in my interview, they never ask you what kind of work you did. What they would ask you is the kind of transaction you were involved with. So every time you work upon a certain thing, don't just do the work that is assigned to you. Like you should like go ahead and like talk to others with respect to, like you should show your interest in that transaction and try to know or understand the kind of transaction you are involved with. That would help you a lot. Like anyone, like this is for like, this goes to everyone who is like who wishes to intern with these firms. Like that helps a lot. And thirdly, like improve your communication skills. Like you talk, you should never hesitate. If you have a query, if you wish to, like if you want to work, you should like just directly go there and ask. Don't wait for them to give you. Like a lot of instances, these firms, they don't like give you the work in plate, because they would have 20-25 other interns working in that same team. Like why should they give you work? You should be able to like communicate to others. You should be able to show that you have that desire, that zeal to like work on these transactions. You genuinely are interested in working upon them. So like try to build some like networking skills. Try to like talk to people and try to talk to your partners. That helps a lot, because these firms at the end, they would only they would only like hire you based upon the feedback that they receive from the people, from your immediate superiors, or from the partners of the team you are working with. So those feedbacks are very important, and they would be good only when you are talking to them and like you are showing that like you are interested in a particular area. Yeah. Like just keep doing what you do. Like it's really great. I have been like you guys have been of like a really great help.